you doing there? You guys making a podcast?
Why would you think that's a good idea?
Podcast?
You two are the dumbest people I've ever seen.
That's janky.
I hope all of my artwork is showing.
We're live. You know what is showing? The fire. Not in the live, but it's in the video. It's in the video.
I wanted to make this classy, so I pulled up that 10-hour video of the
fire. We
the
always
Yule
have fire in
log.
the background, though.
Mm-hmm.
We also have curtains now, though. You have curtains, and that makes it look a lot cooler.
Mm-hmm. You could say we. This is my room, but for
We,
this 30 minutes, it's ours.
It felt weird that you touched me. You're like, Jake,
We
I
can.
think we're ready to say, get your hands off me.
Why are you so
Stop touching me.
uncomfortable with? Why? Why can't I touch your knee?
Don't touch my
We
knee.
know each other really well.
Hey, so I
Don't
guess
change the subject on me. Let's talk about me touching your knee and how I should be
it's
able to
weird.
do that.
It's weird because your dad's also very touchy, but it's in such a
Yeah.
welcome. You're like,
My family is very
I
touchy
appreciate
people.
You.
Yeah.
And I take it, I'm like, thank you, but I'm also like, my family isn't, so I'm like, thanks. Is this like a weird dominance thing where you're like, I'm really proud of you. I'm like, why?
Yeah,
Why?
I do that a lot.
Why? And then
I just think it means more.
that's good
To me.
That's good.
I think everybody's different. And I think physical touch for me just
That's how you communicate.
it gives it a little bit more oomph.
Who am I to judge? Who am I to judge?
See, this whole social distancing thing has been bad for people like me who like to touch.
Yeah, who am I to judge? But
It's sometimes bad for me though because a lot of people don't like being touched.
is this like a therapist moment?
I'm just thinking.
So tell me how that makes you feel.
I don't know how. I just want to know how it makes other people feel.
Are you gonna cry? You gonna cry?
Maybe I will.
I'd be an awful therapist. I'd be like, "Oh, you gonna cry about it?"
Is that what you would do if you were
No,
a therapist?
no, I'm not a monster. Jesus. But speaking of, I don't know how to transition into it, but this is a
Just do
history
it. Just
podcast,
transition.
and I figured I'd ask you, how many presidents do you think have been impeached? In all the presidents.
4.
Okay, and who do you think they are?
Trump, Nixon.
So, okay, it's been 3. 3 presidents have been impeached. Only 3.
Who's the third?
It's Trump, Clinton, and
Oh,
Andrew Johnson.
Duh.
Nixon was never.
Oh, that's right. Nixon wasn't impeached.
He had impeachment impending. I think he had. So when it comes to Nixon,
How did I forget Clinton got impeached?
we got impeached for getting that sloppy toppy.
What's that mean, Jake?
I can't. We're on live. I can't say what that means, but you know.
You're being a band.
You know what Clinton? Well, actually, Clinton. Okay, let's do
Yes.
this organized.
Poor
all right?
Monica Lewinsky.
Yes. First, let's look
I
at.
do feel bad
Let's
for
look
her.
at the 2 presidents who were very close to impeachment. First up, Richard Nixon. He had like 3 articles of impeachment against him, but homeboy was like, I'm just going to resign. So his vice president
idea.
resigned.
Yeah.
Then he put Gerald Ford in. Then he resigned, and then Gerald Ford pardoned him later on.
The old switcheroo. The whole
The old-
pardon thing
honestly,
seems like a bunch of BS.
Yeah,
to me.
yeah. So he got
Why is
out of
that a
that
rule?
one. Then the next person to have, the first president ever to have impeachment considered would be John Tyler. And he had impeachment considered. It was led by John Quincy Adams. John Tyler was the vice president of William Henry Harrison, the guy who only served for 30 days. And the thing about John Tyler is...
him. Yeah,
duh,
I know him.
Duh.
Of course.
Learn president. No, anyway.
Since you say those
Yeah.
facts about them,
Yes,
then
yeah,
I know
yeah.
who you're talking
exactly.
about.
I knew you would know instantly. So William Henry Harrison dies. He's part of the Whig Party. His vice president, John Tyler, also part of the Whig Party. He's like, yeah, I'll join. Literally, the Whig Party's like, okay, will you pass this? And he's like, actually, no. And the Whig Party's like, all right, will you do this? And he's like, actually, no. And they're like, oh my God, this guy's actually not part of the Whig Party. Turns out he wanted to be a Democrat and was a diehard constitutionalist. So he just screwed over the Whig Party. So John Quincy Adams is like, let's impeach this guy. It didn't work. The articles didn't make it through, but that was the first time impeachment was ever considered on a president. So we got those 2 out of the way. Now we can talk about the big 3, the 3 impeached presidents. What do you know about the first one, Andrew Johnson?
He's your favorite president.
Least!
He's your least
Least!
favorite president. He's the one that was pro-slavery.
Yeah, he's the one
And
who
I
came...
learned that from you.
Yes, he was the one who... He's considered the most racist president. He came after Lincoln. So the reason Lincoln picked him as his vice president is Lincoln wanted unity, and Andrew Johnson was the only Southerner who was in like Congress or a part of the government who didn't leave. All the other Democrats and Southerners left when they seceded, right? But Andrew Johnson stayed. So then Lincoln's like, yo, bro.
Because he's stubborn.
You'll be my VP. So it looked good for unity.
It'll make him happy.
Because Lincoln's like, I'm not going to get shot in the head when I'm in the theater someday.
Do you think he
thought
said
was
that?
Fine. That's exactly what he said.
Do you think I'm not going to get shot in a theater in the head someday.
That's what-
You think he said that?
Yes, Lincoln literally went. Okay, you're Andrew Johnson. I'm Lincoln. You're Andrew Johnson. I'm
okay.
Lincoln.
Okay, sure.
Hey, Andrew. How's it going, man?
It's good, Abe.
I really want to say thanks for not like leaving with all the other guys. They're kind of jerks, aren't they?
Dude, they are jerks.
You're also a jerk, but like you just didn't leave, so that's pretty cool.
I'm a jerk, but I'm a jerk with principles.
Would you be interested in being my VP? I know we got different views and everything.
What?
You believe that you have a right to own people. I don't, but besides that,
I'd
do you
be like
think
the second most powerful person in the whole world.
You would. See, I'm not going to get shot in the head during like watching a play about a guy who's an actor who then jumps down and breaks his leg. That's not going to happen to me, so that's why you can be
Abe,
VP.
that's
'cause I'm
oddly
never
specific.
Yeah, but
is
that's
that
never
a
going to
phobia of
happen.
yours?
It's a little bit of a phobia. I'm going to be honest. I am definitely afraid of that
You know,
happening, but there's no way. My
it would
therapist
be
has told me there's no guy who's going to shoot me in the back of the head while I'm sitting in a theater watching a play.
Man, it would be really, really crazy if that
If that
happened to you.
yeah, and then you'd be VP, then you'd be president, and everything would be ruined.
Man.
So do you want to be my VP?
Stop giving me
Yeah,
ideas.
yeah.
Stop giving me all these ideas.
Yeah. So do you want to be VP or not?
Sure.
Cool. And then he became.
That was his answer. Yes.
Yeah. So
Sure.
he became VP. And then everyone realized, oh God. So like basically, so so you know all those people who stormed the Capitol, right? And how a bunch of them were like, I want Trump to pardon me.
On the 6th. Yeah.
And Trump didn't pardon any of them.
Right.
But now imagine like if Trump had pardoned them, we would have been like, yo, that's insane. That's awful. Well, that's what Andrew Johnson did to basically anyone, like a bunch of people from the Confederacy,
Right.
like high-ranking people were like, yo, Johnson, will you pardon me? And he's like,
Sure.
you're pardoned, bro. So then radical Republicans are super cool from in the 1800s because like Ulysses S. Grant sided with them a lot. They believed in uncompromising freedom of every single person. And they filed articles of impeachment against Andrew Johnson, and it was only one vote away from removing Johnson. And the only reason Johnson wasn't removed, it wasn't because people disagreed. Like, there's plenty of people who are like, I wish we could get rid of him. But they were so worried that the country would, like, collapse. They're like, I just can't vote him out. One vote away, and the worst president ever would have been voted out. Andrew Johnson. Hate him.
Wow. Do you think people at that time were like, man, we're living through history right now?
Yeah.
Kind of like we have been for the last few years, huh?
Yeah. So that one's not as fun, and I don't think the Trump one's as fun. But you know what the funnest impeachment is? You know what the funnest impeachment is?
Yeah. The Trump
Bill
impeachment.
Clinton impeachment.
That one was pretty
That's
fun.
so fun. He gets
Pretty
the
fun.
sloppy toppy in the freaking Oval Office, and then he's like,
the Trump one and the Andrew Johnson one. Those ones are pretty serious.
Those are serious.
That's some serious sauce.
Yeah.
You know, but the Bill Clinton one, you're right. That is the
He's
most
just like-
fun
they're like,
impeachment.
They're like, be honest with us, Bill. Did you have sexual relationships with her? And he's like,
I
no,
don't kiss
man.
and tell.
On oath, I didn't. And they're like, impeach this guy. He's lying. And then that's obstruction of justice and lying under oath. That's why he was impeached. But it all stemmed from the old sloppy toppy in the Oval Office.
but were
man.
his fingers crossed when he took the oath?
Exactly. Who knows? But that's basically the main reason. Obviously, that one didn't go through. I'd also like it to go on record. Since Herbert Hoover, every single president since Hoover has had the other side consider impeachment against them. But the first time it like really went through was for Clinton. Because, I mean, lying under oath as president is pretty
Jake,
rough.
if you were president,
Yes.
what would you get impeached for?
I snapped. Somewhat like I'm walking and someone's just like, you suck, you're destroying America. I'd snap. I'd be like, oh, I'm destroying America. I'd just hit him.
Really? Would you? You would not do that. You've never done anything like that in your whole life. You're the most passive person.
I just wanted to sound
know.
cool. I just want to sound cool. I'd probably get impeached for something that wasn't my fault. Full disclosure. It would be I was the fall guy. I'd be the fall guy for something and then get impeached.
You would know, yes, you would get impeached for something that was somebody else's fault.
Yes.
And you knew that it was not your fault.
Yes.
But you would be too nervous to come
I
out
wouldn't
and
know what to say.
it's not my fault, that when they fired you, you just go,
I'm getting hot talking about this.
and
like,
you just
I'm nervous talking about it.
See, exactly.
I would choke under pressure.
You would just not be able to tell them that it wasn't you.
Yeah, my cabinet
Like-
would screw me over. What would you get impeached for?
That's I don't know. I knew when I threw that question to you, it would get returned, and I
Murder.
didn't have an answer.
You murdered a guy. Like all the other presidents. Like let's be honest, most presidents are like borderline war criminals. They're responsible for a lot of people dying. But like you would be like straight up like you
Well,
just
I
you
think
just stab someone.
No, I don't think so. I don't.
You didn't?
I don't
You-
know.
you
I
wouldn't?
think my
Your
problem would be that I would just like sleep in too late, way too often.
You didn't do enough.
and then I would not get anything done. they'd start talking about how I'm missing all the briefings and be like, this is the laziest president of all time.
Oh, so laziness. I bet there's some type of way that they can impeach you for that. I could see that.
You know? They'd be like, my golfing would be just, he's always sleeping.
He's always sleeping. He wasn't golfing. He's like, and in breaking news, he's had the least amount of golfing out of any other president. Obama, Trump, Clinton, and less than anyone. But sleeping-wise, he sleeps for 18 hours a day as our president.
Yes.
Compared to other presidents who stayed awake 18 hours.
Yes. Right.
Alex
my
Schulte.
hair, I would have less gray hair by the end of my presidency.
You're like, oh, that was so relaxing. What's up, guy? You walk outside, everything's on fire. Like, oh, they should impeach me. Oh, why did I sleep so much?
Yeah.
And then you'd go down in history as the worst president ever, Alex.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why
the
we
nap
impeached.
that ended the world.
Dude, that'd be so cool. And then finally, the last president.
It'd have to be a pretty good nap, though.
It'd be worth it. And finally, the last president to get impeached is Donald Trump. He's been impeached twice, removed 0 times. The first, I think there was 2 articles against him. One of them didn't even make it to like the impeachment or both of them made it for impeachment or something. I don't fully remember that one. And then now there's the other impeachment that went through. So he's impeached twice. Not sure if he's going to be removed. Honestly, do you think a president...
Not sure if he's going to be removed? What do you mean? Like, I mean, he's gone.
But the thing is the reason that they're impeaching him
I see. So he can't run again in 2024.
Yes, but the thing is I don't know if a president will ever, like, get the removal. Because I feel like too many people are, like, worried at what that would do. It's the same reason why, like, Clinton was a little bit more goofy. It was more like... It felt like more...
times are just so different right now than they ever were back then.
So I just don't even know.
There was just a higher precedent. The bar has been lowered so much.
To be fair,
it's very difficult to even like compare.
Well, with the
it's comparing Michael Jordan to LeBron James. You can't compare Clinton's impeachment to Trump's. You know, which one's the best?
One's just
you can't
goofier.
tell unless they were playing at the same time.
True. I guess it's just more of the fact of the last 3 presidents we've had are the presidents in the age of social media, the age of media, because everyone's like, oh, it's fake news. It's like, the news has always been lying to us. It's like, yeah, but now you have social media that makes that disinformation 10 times worse.
Hey, man, I just read the other day that misinformation spread has dropped 73% since they banned Trump.
Did you read that just as the article and not actually click on the article?
Hell yeah, I just read the headline and did not read the article.
You're
Hell yes,
part of the problem.
And then I said it on a podcast.
Oh, but you're part of the problem.
I know. To be fair, I
can't just read the titles.
You wrote an article about didn't you?
Yeah!
About only reading the titles and how that's a big problem. Since you've done that, I've read a few of the articles since.
So have I, actually. It made me realize, because it was like,
all of
so
them.
many Americans.
Nobody has time to read every article. I have time to go on Reddit, scroll through the headlines. What do I need to know? And then...
And that's why headlines are so sensationalized.
But you also have to be... Yes, of course. Because you have to go through it of what do I need to know, not tell me how to think.
Yeah. So I guess... And it's always so just insane to think about. Like, would you ever... As we talked about why would we get impeached, is there any world that you could see yourself actually wanting to be president?
Hell no.
Being president would be the worst.
Yes, definitely. In a world where, like, we all...
It's all kumbaya hippie? Huh? Are you a hippie?
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Yes. We're living in a world where there's no global climate change to be worried about coming up in the future. If you need to tighten that, you can.
Yeah,
do
this
that
thing
over
won't
there.
tighten. Stupid.
There's no worries, and everyone doesn't need anything to be done. That's a world where I could be president, where nothing needs to be done.
That's fair, because now
the world, like all the presidencies before me, are just handing me a perfect world.
You're kind of like the water-bending avatar that was before Aang. He just surfed and chilled all the time.
That's exactly who I am.
Because then he was like, oh, everything's fine. And then after him, it just got rough again. Because I wouldn't want to be president, because every president, you're basically getting handed a thing where it's like, people are going to hate you because you're going to have to make decisions that are like war criminals. Like, once you become president, you're like agreeing to be a war criminal, agreeing to be awful. Because like, you have to make those decisions.
Yeah, I mean, you're deciding to become a war criminal with a giant asterisk next to it.
Yeah.
You get a world pass.
Yeah. But there's going to be people on the internet who's like
a license to war.
Yes, but you'll have people on the internet who have never had to do that are obviously going to judge you, talk down to you, wish death upon you. So just being president in general would just be the worst.
It depends. It all depends.
I don't want to be president.
It's all circumstantial.
Actually, I do.
It all depends.
Jake, I forgot my last name. Jake Trumper.
Trumper, which is a great name to run for president with these days.
Jake Trump.
It's really gonna work.
Well, yeah, right now that's like a split name, so I'll wait a little bit.
You should change your last name to
Trumper. Then it's gonna sound French, and people are gonna be like, I don't want a French guy. I don't want to sound like I don't want anyone to be too mean about my last name.
Yeah. Trooper.
Trooper.
Hey, and you're with the troops.
I'm a trooper. What's that weird musical that has a song?
I don't know.
Mamma Mia.
Oh.
I'm a trooper. Coop. You're the musical boy. Come on.
I know.
Dance for me, monkey.
That's ABBA. ABBA is Mamma Mia. Is that an ABBA song?
Uh,
Mamma Mia.
No.
Let me go
It's like
and
I'm a
dancing
trooper,
queen.
Koopa. Nah, I'm making that up.
It sounds like Mario. Like you're talking about like what are the Koopa?
Bum bum bum.
No,
bum,
it just
bum,
sounds like you're
bum,
talking
bum,
about
bum, bum,
the turtles from the just.
Chupa Coop. Chupa.
What were we talking about?
Presidents not wanting to be president. How it'd be awful, and we could change the subject because it's kind of a sad thing to just because we basically covered everything people need to know about impeachments. You're welcome if you're ever facing a project in school that's asking about impeachment. Just go to this video and.
Is that
We got it
everything
all.
people need to know about impeachments? That's everything people need to know.
Honestly, yeah, it didn't
Wow.
affect that many
Check
people.
that out. That's pretty cool.
I mean, what other questions would you have about impeachment that I didn't
I
cover?
didn't have any to begin with.
Exactly. I think it comes from like a French and Italian word meaning to impede on something. So obviously an impeachment.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You're halting it.
Some vocab.
Oh, and I guess like with impeachment, a president like can't pardon himself or others once he or she is impeached. So like just some fun facts about it. Fun facts about impeachment. Yeah.
Impeachment's fun,
America.
especially when you're Bill Clinton.
His was the coolest. All the other any other president that's been impeached is like, oh, I've been impeached. But Clinton could be like, remember why I got impeached? Hey Hillary, remember when I got impeached? She'd be like, yes, Bill. Remember when you violently cheated on me?
Damn. Yeah, who knows what's going on in that household? Hey, so 2021's like well into play now. Have you messed up your?
I didn't have a New Year's resolution. I set
Resolution?
to not have one this year because I didn't want to mess it up.
That's fair.
My thing was I
was thinking the same thing.
My thing is I want to hit 200,000 followers on TikTok by the end of 2021.
How many?
200,000.
How many do you have?
146.9 thousand.
That's wow. You really know.
I look at it every day. 146,900. I don't know the number there, but like, could you bet that would
Wow.
be? Wow, Jake,
You're getting updates on your watch.
yeah. I'm like, come on, I'm so close.
Well, I hope you get 200,000. How are you going to go about doing that?
Can I ask your opinion on something? Because I kind of wanted to do a promo thing about it. I'm sorry I'm not checking any comments there either. We're just talking about stuff. People are just yelling at it. They're like, you idiots. But
Probably.
so I kind of wanted, there's this one political TikToker. But I'm not a political TikToker. I'm a history TikToker. But
Right,
I end up on political talk. People on the right and people on the left.
Okay.
The thing that makes me there's one. Well, there's two. There's two I absolutely hate. Would it be petty of me to be like, once I hit 200,000 followers, I'll tell you who I think is the worst political commentator on TikTok?
I mean, if it works, no, it's a great idea.
But I feel like I've always been pretty
Is it-
I haven't started beef with anyone. Isn't that kind of like bogus for me to just like come out and be like,
Beef is
follow
fun,
me
though.
and I'll destroy this?
Everybody likes a good beef.
Because I'm not doing it because I'm like, ooh, this will get me followers. Like I just was like, oh, that'd be a pleasant gift. It's more of a fact of like, this person just enrages me.
What's the risk reward of starting a feud with this unnamed person?
I think I could win.
You think you could destroy them?
They have more followers than me though. But
Would
I
they
feel
have
like
more
their followers
than you if you were at 200,000.
yes, but those followers aren't loyal. I'm pretty sure half the people that follow them
Are you
hate
claiming
them.
that your followers are not loyal?
No, my followers are super loyal. I'm saying I would have more loyal followers. We're the troop. My followers.
Is that
loyal
the
as hell.
nickname?
Yeah, we're the troop.
The troop?
Yeah,
Like-
they're loyal, bro.
Like Goof Troop?
Sure, whatever you want it to be. We're the troop.
That was a
And-
great show, the spin-off from the Goofy movie, by the way, if anybody wants to watch
It was
that on
great.
Disney+.
It was great. So that's why I feel confident with my follower base. I'm saying that person who I would be challenging, half their followers don't even like them. So with my loyalty, my biggest
yeah,
problem is
gotcha,
like,
gotcha,
I've always
okay.
kind of just been like a
Dude, go
positive,
for it.
but I'm like a positive, goofy guy. I don't want to start this.
You are. That would go
Beef.
against your image.
Yeah, it
that
makes
you've
me.
created for yourself.
It makes me feel dirty, but at the same time, I kind of want to. I feel like though.
What if you did it in a playful way?
But am I adding to the Discord if people already know that this person sucks? So what is my? Because my critiques of it would be like for my personal. It's not me just being like they suck, but I'd be adding something.
I think it would also be funny just for there to be a feud that exists between two history podcasts.
Yeah, well, this
Or
person
history TikTok.
That's the other thing is this person knows nothing about history or politics, and that's what enrages me. At least people
Historians don't usually like have a public platform to fight on, so that would be different. And I
Yeah.
think that'd be kind of fun.
Well, the thing is they're not even like a historian. They're just strictly politics now. What makes me mad is I see people on the right and on the left that are political TikTokers and history TikTokers, and even if I don't agree with them, I'll be like, I see why you have that point of view. I can see where your life led you to this point of view, how like your experiences and work ethic led you to this point of view.
Okay, I don't care. I don't care about any of that.
Okay.
I just want to know more about the beef.
This person just I literally can't say anything, otherwise I'd give it away. This person's just a spoiled brat.
See, man, no. With all this buildup, you have to say you'll tell us who this person is at 200,000. You have to.
So I should make a video and do that, but what if...
And I feel like this now feels like scripted. Like, no, you have to do it, man. This
But
is
what if people get
organic,
mad
but
at
it
me?
really is organic. I really think you should do this.
But what if everyone turns on me? They're like, I thought you were nice. I'm like, I am. I just hate this person. I thought I could
You're going to get some haters. But I think at the end of the day, all anybody wants is to be entertained for a little bit. And I think that would be pretty entertaining.
True. And because like everything they've ever said are just blatant lies. Like one person the other day.
See, here you are complaining about them again.
Okay. Well, this is about someone. This is about someone else.
You don't like them. You should create this beef. I want this beef.
Okay. I'll create this beef with them. But here's someone that's not worth the beef. But so I can like publicly shout hate on them. This girl,
we got to get you to 200,000 now.
Yeah, that's.
Can you tell me when we're done recording?
What?
Who the person is?
Yeah. I'll tell you when we're done recording.
Really?
You'll know.
No, I don't want to know. I want to find out with everybody else.
okay,
actually,
okay.
I feel like I should wait.
Okay. If you change your mind and your spine like breaks and you want to know, I'll tell you.
No,
But
don't tell me no matter how much I beg.
Okay, I promise. But there's this one girl I hate
Because I will beg.
At the end, you're like, Jake, I was just kidding. I just wanted to seem strong in front of the people. Just please
It's true.
tell
That's
me.
exact. No, that's verbatim. What's gonna happen?
That's gonna happen. So I guess to not wrap up because I want to wrap up with something nice. So this is the second to last thing. This girl.
Great, thank you.
She was like doing an anti-Democrat thing, and she was like, you know who else was a Democrat? Hitler. I was like, yes, the person from Germany had a
American affiliation with a party.
Yes. And I was like, she literally could have just said, Woodrow Wilson, Andrew Johnson. Those are Democrats who were bad people because each party.
No, those aren't big enough blanket words.
Exactly.
Hitler's a giant blanket
And
word.
that's what
it covers everybody.
Okay, let's not say that word anymore. Actually, now that I realize we're on live, I started that. My bad. The H. She said that, and I just thought that was the dumbest thing ever because I was like, this person clearly doesn't know history. She was just saying that name to get views, but I was so mad because I was like, there are Democrats. Woodrow Wilson is my third least favorite president, and I love Theodore Roosevelt, but I kind of blame Theodore Roosevelt for Wilson rising to power because Wilson was running against Howard Taft. So Howard Taft was president for one term. Theodore Roosevelt didn't like him and was like, I'm going to beat him, and created his own third party, drove a wedge in the Republican Party, and that led to Woodrow Wilson winning, and I'm very upset that Theodore made that happen.
And you're wishing that she would have said this instead.
Yes! An actual logical thing! And that's what makes me so bad about TikTok is like...
You're expecting too much
historical
from the general
evidence.
public, man. You're expecting too much.
Oh, it makes me so mad, but let's
I
wrap...
would never be able to say that.
Let's
But
wrap...
I guess if I was a history TikToker, I would hopefully be able to say that.
Thank you. All right, let's wrap up
Good
with something
job being
nice.
able to say that, Jake. You're a smart guy.
We missed again. Yes, there we go. Nope, just three times.
Cool.
What do you want to wrap up with that's nice and happy? Anything you want. This is your time to shine, Alex. Go for it. Shoot for the moon, because even if you miss, you're still landing in the stars.
I watched Crude's New Age and I liked it.
What's that?
It's the new movie. It's Nicolas Cage and the Cavemen. It's DreamWorks. People who made Shrek.
Oh, I kind of know. I'm focused more on the Nicolas
sequel
Cage versus animatronics.
I don't know.
Have you seen that?
No,
Dude,
no.
just look up. I can't think of what it's called, but Nicolas Cage. It's like Five Nights at Freddy's, but it's Nicolas Cage.
Oh, it's a game?
No. It's a movie.
Isn't Five Nights at Freddy's an app? Isn't that a game?
Yeah, it's a
With a
game.
teddy bear?
It's not an app, but yeah, it's a game.
It's an app game.
It's not an app game.
It's definitely a game
It's-
on the App Store.
But it didn't originate as that. You could play it on your PC.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
But it's basically that, and Nicolas Cage just murderous animatronics. I love
Cool.
Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, I like him now. I've never really been a big fan, but he makes me laugh.
Have you seen
now.
Mandy?
No.
Watch Mandy. It made me respect him again.
Okay. Yeah.
Do it.
I'll put
Look
it.
at me.
I'll put it on the
Look at
list,
me.
dude.
No, put it at
I'll
the
watch
top
that
of the
thing
list.
that has been recommended to me again.
Have you watched Mom and Dad? Don't watch Mom and Dad. That's another Nicolas Cage movie. Don't watch
No,
Mom and Dad.
the newest thing that he's in that's actually pretty entertaining is on Netflix. It's The History of Cursing.
Oh, yeah.
And he goes through every word. The first one's like the F word, and then the
they-
second one is the S word.
Do they see the C word?
I don't know. I've only watched
Coochie
the
man.
first one.
Bow, 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 bow.
Yes,
That's a
there is a
meme.
whole episode dedicated to that. Dude, it is really interesting where the F
you
word,
know?
the earliest trace of it is. It was a guy's last name who was a gigolo and was
What?
apparently well endowed. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So they're like, I hear that old Mary's gonna go get frickety fracked. Because his last name was that.
It's in honor of this guy who really
Yo,
got around.
You just taught some history. I don't know if I believe you, but
I learned it on Nicolas Cage's History of Curse Word show.
well,
It's gotta be true.
I'll believe you. And Alex, thank you for educating me for once.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate
wish I
it,
could
man.
tell you what his last name was, but I don't.
It's the F word.
It's
the F word.
Well, it's like the F word's in it.
So like Lord Forkwad.
No, it's not. It's not the bowl cut prince guy from Shrek, Lord Farquaad.
He's probably well endowed. He'd probably be.
Lord Farquaad.
No, he has little D energy.
His whole
you're right,
his
you're right.
whole theme.
You're
is
right, you're right, you're right.
compensation.
You're right. I take that back. But I want to thank you for sharing, and I want to thank you guys for watching. If you're watching on TikTok Live, check out the YouTube video. It's going to have the best quality. And go check out my YouTube channel. Other than that, thank you guys for watching. Anything else you want to say, Alex?
I have nothing I want to say.
Any more history facts? Teach us the history of another curse word. Do it right now.
I don't know. I need to watch the new episode. I haven't watched that far.
You watched one episode?
Yes.
So you're the type of guy who watches one episode of something, and then you're like, and then
I go back to
this
watching
show.
The Office or playing video games. That's yes. Don't judge me. I live my own life. I can make my own decisions.
Okay.
Let's sign off.
I've been Jake Trumper.
I'm Alex Schulte. All right, bye.
Before we leave, let's just bing bong. Thanks for watching, people. We gained